Hey, welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. It's your boy Marvin. We're going to be talking about the new manager, Ange postecoglu. He's now the Tottenham manager, and I'm happy that we've got someone as Spurs manager, and so we can actually continue now in planning for the future. I think that's very, very, very important. Um, did I expect him to be Spurs manager, say, a couple of weeks ago? No, I didn't. But what I've read up on him, managing Australia, um, he's not a bad manager. At Celtic as well. He plays attacking football, front foot football. He takes no shit, and he doesn't mind having a clear out. And so, and I think his experience basically will help us into making the right decisions. And I mean, there are a lot of players who's let us down specifically last season, the season before. We've seen Conte go, world-class manager. Mourinho go, world-class manager. We've seen Pochettino go as well. Whereas that, I personally think we should have kept Pochettino and rebuilt around him and see where that went. We didn't do that. We've moved on, and now we're with a new manager. Who would I like to see to go? I'd like to see Sanchez go. He's not good enough, and he's let us down in so many matches. I think he has to go. I'd like to see Dyer go. I don't think he's quick enough anymore, and I don't think he's defensively what we need if we're actually going to finish in the top four. Longley has to go. He's just not good enough. I would rather give his position to a young defender coming through as well, bringing at least 3 defenders and 2 of them being centre backs, maybe one experienced. I'll come to that in a minute. Ben Davies, there's question marks about him. I don't think he's actually good enough for Spurs, but I could see him maybe coming on as a sub. I think we could do much better than that now, with a lot of players coming back on loan to Spurs. I think we've got to look at youth to actually go forward and to get back in Europe as well. I think that's very, very, very important. Tanganga, he was given chance after chance. He was given chance under Mourinho, under Conte, and he just proved himself not good enough. He let us down, basically, when he should have stepped up. Even Perisic, again, we was expecting a lot more from him at wing back. He flattered to deceive, and I think he wants to go back to Inter. And if he does, I think we should let him go. Again, we need someone quicker in that position and someone hungry and who's going to fight for us, tooth and nail in that position, left wing back. Ryan Sessegnon, not good enough. He's given chance after chance after chance. Again, under Mourinho, under Conte. I think at one stage, before he got injured, he played quite a few matches and he was still making mistakes. And the pace that young guy's got, it's like sometimes he hasn't got the confidence to step his game up to a next level. I think personally he's taken 2 steps backwards in his career, and I would like to see a lot more from Ryan Sessegnon. But to be honest with you, if you ask me truly, I think we should get rid, and I think we should start again with someone young and hungry in that position. I've read up, we're looking at Sporting defender Congalo Inacho. We were looking at Pastoni previously. I wonder if we're going to try and go back into him again, but like I said, he'd want to maybe stay at Inter or basically go to one of the European giants to play in the Champions League. But we need someone of that stature. I can see us getting someone like Maguire, but also I would want to bring in someone of Pastoni's stature along with Maguire, and also a young centre-back as well. I think we should concentrate on those positions in young, aggressive defenders in the rebuild. I think that's vastly, vastly important to bring in hungry defenders who are going to fight for the team. Attacking midfield player, we've got one in Dombele. Postecoglu, I think that he will give him a chance, but his work rate has got to be higher. In Dombele, we've got to see him see out 90-minute matches and dominate games, which he's capable of doing so. Will James Maddison, I know we're interested in James Maddison and a couple of other Leicester players due to their relegation. Would Maddison come in? I'm not so sure. I think it was between us, Newcastle. I think he'd probably go to Newcastle. I know there are a lot of teams watching him, but I just don't think he will come to us. If he does, it's an absolute bonus. If Harry Kane goes, I think again we should look at bringing in a young striker. Yes, we have got strikers at our club, but they've proved last season they weren't good enough. And again, I think we should be looking at youth and bringing youth through. I think we've got to get rid of that old Tottenham mentality. Is that we're weak, or we're mentally weak, or we're always going to let the fans down. We need to this rebuild. We can't be scared of it, even if we've got to take a season out again of Europe. I think this rebuild, we should be concentrating on youngsters, in bringing them through, nurturing them, and building another Spurs team that is going to compete at the highest level. Do I think Ange Postecoglu is going to do that? I think he will, but he's got to be given time. I think they've given him a 4-year deal, which is absolutely brilliant. I think the Spurs fans, need to give him time and get used to his system and the way he wants to play. But what I've heard and what I know and the way he's got Celtic playing, I think this guy is going to be good for us. He is older, and I think he's experienced. What I've heard about him, he doesn't take any shit. And players who don't want to play for the club, or they're not in on what he wants to do in the long run, I think they'll be gone. And I do think that he will give a list to the hierarchy, who he wants to keep and who he doesn't. But I honestly do think he will go young, probably bring in one experienced defender, say Maguire. We would like someone of Pistoni's stature to basically go forward. If we can sort the defence out, to be honest, all we need is one attacking midfield player. If Kane does go, we can get an attacking midfielder and we can get a couple of young strikers in as well. But personally, I'm glad we're not playing European football, because I think we can concentrate on one of the cups. I think we can really look at bringing the youngsters through and supporting them. I would like to see a younger Spurs side this season and next season. And I think we've just got to get used of a rebuild without Sanchez, Dyer, Longley, Davis, Tanganga, and the ones that had let Conte down, Mourinho down, Pochettino, who threw them, who threw these managers under the bus. This has got to stop, and I think we've got to see a new, stronger mentality with Spurs to go forward. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment, and let me know what you think about Ange Postecoglu and what he brings to Spurs. Thank you. See you again, Marvin.